Okay, so hello and welcome to the third edition of the Black Country Rock Show. We have another special guest here for you today. We are joined by Tony Clarkin of the band Magnum.
Right.
Welcome, Tony.
Okay.
Fantastic, Tony. We're really grateful that you could spend some time with us this morning. We're, of course, in these fabulous recording studios in Penderford near Wolverhampton, M2 at Mad Hat, I believe, and legendary studios. Many people have recorded here, Tony, and including yourself.
Yeah, we've done
many albums.
quite a few albums, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably about, I don't know, maybe 4 albums, maybe 5. I'm not sure. Yeah, we always end up here anyway, so to do things.
And as far as Magnum is concerned, have you been with the band since day one, or did you come in?
Yeah, sort of. Magnum was worked in a nightclub, believe it or not. It was a band that played the top 20 things for people to dance to.
Ah.
And someone, guy, the drummer at the time, Kex, who is now sadly not with us anymore, but he came to my house and said, "Do you want a job?" I was out of work at the time. He said, "Do you want a job?" I think it was £30 a week or something. And I went, yeah, great, I'll do it. And I joined then.
What was the nightclub?
The Runner
Oh.
in Birmingham. You should
I've
know.
heard of
Oh,
that.
No, of course,
Well,
too
no,
young.
not from my time, but I've heard of the
Too
Rum Runner.
young, yeah.
I'm way too young for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very famous club. And they always had live music there, which was great. Two bands every single night of the week. And we were one of them. And because I got fed up with it. And I'm going, oh, come on, let's go out on the road. I suppose I got to that point where I was taking it all for granted, getting me 30 quid a week. And
Was the band called Magnum? At the
yeah,
time?
it was. Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. It's like I said to Bob, "Come on, let's get out of here." And I've written a lot of songs, and we started actually playing some of the songs at the Rum Runner, and
Were you allowed to do that? Play
not
original?
really, no.
Oh.
But we actually got the sack because of it.
No, you're kidding.
But I said to Bob, "Come on, we'll go out on the road," and he said, "Oh man, I can't. I've got a carpet to pay for." He's going to hate me for saying that now.
Yeah, you've just made him
Really?
sound very unrock and roll.
Yeah,
I've got a carpet.
to pay for.
I couldn't possibly rock out with you guys.
That's it. I mean, occasionally I sort of bring that up, and you go, sort of goes very tense, but it made me laugh at the time.
But he
But I
gave
mean-
up on the carpet, did he?
Yeah, he did. I convinced him. I said, "Stick with me, Bob. I'll make you a star." I truly actually did say that.
Well, you truly actually did do that.
Well, no, he's still waiting, apparently. But, yeah, I mean, then we left there, and we did backing for stars that came over from America, only a couple, actually. A guy called Eddie Holman, and Del Shannon, which I really enjoyed working with Del Shannon, which was great, yeah.
What, just locally or all over the country?
Yeah, all over the country. I mean, it's a bit of a sad existence, really, because you're getting really low money and you've got to cart all your stuff there. No roadies at the times, and cart all your stuff in, play, and then cart it all out, then go to another gig the same night, throw it all in again and do the same again. But we were sleeping on people's floors and things like this, But it was really great fun.
Yeah.
I think it was, anyway.
Do you remember?
Yeah. No, it was. I really did enjoy doing the Del Shannon thing a lot. It was great.
Well, the thing is, I guess you've got all that hope of what's to come. And
yeah, that's
you're
right.
a big group together, and you're just sleeping on promoters' floors. And
yeah, well, not promoters. It was like people we knew or met.
Oh, right.
Like, hey, can we stay at your place tonight? I mean, instead of
What, while you were on the gig?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys were great tonight. Great.
Yeah,
Can
I
we
sleep
stay
a
at yours?
little bit? Right. Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah. So remember, Alan.
And because you're not just the guitarist for Magnum, are you? You actually have written
Oh yeah.
all of the songs, the majority of the songs as well.
Yeah, all of it really. I did with an album called Goodnight LA. I had I co-wrote with Russ Ballard and a few other people. Purely from a record company, sort of forcing me into that corner, if you like. But I'm glad I did in the end, because I did learn a lot when I actually went to write with other people.
How do you write? Do you write the guitar first, the guitar parts first, and then lyrics and melody, or the other way round? Or how do you do
Mostly that, but sometimes I write lyrics first, and then it's really difficult to try and fit it onto a song, but to music. These days, mostly I'll write the music first, and the melody and chord structures, all that sort of thing, and the arrangements, and then. But maybe I start with the title, which was something I learnt off Russ Ballard. He always said, like, start with the title, and it gives you somewhere to
Gives
go.
you a name.
Yeah, and I mean, I probably looked at him quite strangely at the time, because I'd never done that. But it does work. You can get sort of a final goal in your head when you're writing the song, and whatever it's called. And you're aiming for that. So, I mean, it's probably psychological, I don't know. It seems to help. I mean, I wrote Don't Wait the Line, which is a really long track on one of the albums. And I wrote that in Germany, on the road, probably on the evenings, if I remember. Probably drunk as well. But I'm writing all this stuff down, and it was a thing that we cover quite a lot. Was like a war song, if you like, and we were. I remember that there was a support band with us, a German support band, and I'd written all this stuff down. It's like about war, Second World War, First World War. I can't remember now, but I said, "Do you find this offensive?" And I'm reading the lyrics out to them, because they all said, "No, we didn't find it offensive at all." Just factual sort of thing. So that was good. But I mean, that's a really long song, and I wrote that without music. That was all the lyrics were done, and I thought, like, well, yeah, I like this. This is really good, and now I've got to sort of put the music to it. So what I say, it sort of
both,
varies.
really.
Yeah, a bit of both.
Do you find it stressful, knowing? So you've got to do another album, and you've got to start writing the songs, or
I don't do it like that anymore. I used to do that. But, when we're, say, an album comes out, I'm already into the next album, writing. I write I can't say I write every day. I mean, I attempt to write every day. I'm not successful at doing that, but I play the guitar every single day. And I'll fiddle about with things and go, oh, I'll record that bit, ding, 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 save it, and when I come back I go, what a load of crap, and throw it away. Or sometimes I'll go back to it and go, wow, I like that, and carry on with it. So I'm not in that position. Years ago, it used to be, you'd write about 8 or 10 songs for an album. These days it's obviously a lot longer, so it's a lot more involved. Yeah, I'm talking about...
What, you mean you write more songs and then they get condensed down?
Yeah, well, I write more songs and it gives me more to choose from when the album finally, when I decide what is going to be the album. I mean, I've written up to like 60 songs, but not finished things.
but just
Yeah, like things where I can go, yeah, I know where that's going, I know this and that. But I've got to throw them away, and which I do. And I finally end up with what I consider to be the best bits that I've done. And that's when I sort of come in here, in fact. And put like real guitars down. Then Bob comes in and has to listen to them, and he goes, "Oh, I can't sing it in that key, so I have to do all the guitars again."
Vocalist.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it sort of goes like that, you know. So that's what I do anyway.
And it's so useful nowadays where you can do more at home with your own laptop, you know.
Yeah.
I remember writing songs with a dictaphone, and then if the
Yeah.
tape goes funny and you can't remember what,
Yeah.
or a tape player
That's it.
with a
yeah.
mic on the tape player trying to play and record.
Yeah, yeah. I've got like a shed that is my own little sort of secret place.
Yeah.
Not that secret, you've just told everybody.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh no!
The secret's
Oh God,
out.
no! Yeah, right. The secret's out. Yeah. What a fool! What I meant was,
I know what you meant.
I can go in there and just fool around for ages, and I've got like a computer in there and just and all the stuff I need, keyboards and all that sort of stuff, and just mess around for just ages and ages till I bore myself stupid and go make a cup of tea or something, and then go back in there and just spend as much time as I want until I go crazy, and then just get away from it, you know.
Which has obviously happened. And
Yes, yeah. That's why I'm here.
I think you have the ideal lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very, very nice.
well, I
Sounds
keep
awesome.
thinking, you know, there's something wrong here. I'm enjoying this too much, and it didn't seem right. I'm just doing everything I want to do myself,
Yeah,
you know.
what a
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to slit your wrists when you can't get something right, obviously.
Of course,
But then it's great when it all comes together. Yeah,
And especially when you go on tour and you play those songs.
yeah, yeah.
That must be most amazing.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I mean, some things, I think some things are too hard to play. Not too hard, but actually doing the vocals and actually playing at the same time.
Yes.
The last album we did, called The Visitation,
Yes.
the actual title track on that, I shouldn't be giving this away, should I? But anyway, the title track, which is called The Visitation,
Yeah.
we can't actually sing it and play it at the same time. it's
Very difficult. To do.
really, really hard, yeah,
Yeah,
because of the rhythm of the vocal and the rhythm of the playing.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's okay recording it. And
Yeah.
I'd got this idea of what the vocal would do. Yeah, great. And then it's like a 2-part. Then it's a 3-part. Yeah, we can't do it. It's crazy. I wish we could play, but
You need to get a choir or something. To
yeah, right. Yeah.
or get Nina involved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll do
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
She's great.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, Pat.
But it's, you know, I mean, it gets to the point where I think I'm trying to avoid doing that.
And when you think of the Queen compositions, Bohemian Rhapsody, and all those kind of songs, you know, that, how would they ever think of how the four of us going to play this huge orchestral vocal arrangement? It was just not possible, is it? Really?
No.
Roger Taylor was involved
Yeah, he was.
in Magnum, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
What does he produce?
Yes, he produced the Vigilante album, which was a pleasure to record, in fact, because all the weight was taken off my shoulders. I mean, I wasn't...
Why?
at
Because
that,
previously you were producing as well.
no, I had produced one, not very well. And then... I can never remember what comes well. But I just remember I go to Switzerland, the band go to Switzerland, we were in Montreux, very famous studio. It was Queen's studio, where they do the Montreux Jazz Festival. And it's the actual studio there, you know. And we recorded the drums in that huge great hall where normally the concerts are. So, and like I just sat down and I thought, wow, I can't believe this. You know, I mean, do a bit of guitar, yeah, okay, great. It was just the easiest album in the world to make. I think probably as well because the people we were working with, I'd got like complete 100%. What's the word I'm looking for?
Competent.
Yeah, but
Professional.
more.
As in you have faith
Confidence.
in them, yeah.
Yes,
Confidence.
faith, yeah.
Faith, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
In them, so I didn't have to think. Oh, hang on, do they know what they're doing? Or it was like they were
It's just-
coming up with things.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it was. I guess it was the old style producer thing. There's a track on there called. Can't remember what it's called. There's a ballad on the Vigilante album called "When the World Comes Down." So we'd done this track as a demo, and I'd taken it to Roger to hear and things, and he said it needs to be faster. I said, yeah, okay. Bob wasn't happy with that. He wanted it to be slow like we'd done it, but it was a real dirge, I've got to say. But we recorded the track, and Dave Richards, who was the engineer, said, give me some time and I'll mix this and do various things to it. We went away, and I probably got drunk. I don't know what we were doing, and he said, come in and listen to this. And I swear, you just couldn't even recognise the track. It was, I don't believe this. Play that to me again. I mean, he put like a pile of keyboards on and things, and echoes and all this sort of business. And it truly was, I was thinking, we never played that. It really was amazing.
Wow.
It's a bit like when you were a young kid and first time you hear echo on things,
Yes.
and you do harmonies or whatever. And it was that sort of feeling. It was an amazing feeling.
See, now I really want to hear the before,
And
so I can compare it to the after.
Oh yeah. I mean, before was like, I think you'd call it tragic, probably. It was a really dirgy thing, but it was. We were recording on probably a cassette or something with a drum machine, and I mean, I do it today. You start off writing a track, and it's always too slow. I mean, well, that's how it appears to be. And like on the last album, the album before that, we changed the speeds like so many times. You know. And then it goes too fast, and then you have to pull
Bring
it
it
back.
back again.
Yeah.
Do you tend to record songs for the record at a slower tempo than you actually play them live?
It's the opposite way around.
The opposite way.
Really?
Yeah, in the sense that when we play live, we go, that needs speeding up, because you've got to take into the mixture the adrenaline thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's so precise,
Yeah.
if it's like, but it really should be going, you know.
Yeah, you've got to give it
Yeah.
some soul when you
Yeah,
play live.
that's right.
Yeah,
Do you play to a click?
Yes,
Does the drum play
always to a
Mm.
click. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've insisted on that for since 1984 probably,
Yeah.
because of that reason. Drummer counting in.
Yes.
He's out of his face, or he's like really going, yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah,
And meanwhile, Bob's going, and you're going, my fingers.
and it sounds hideous.
Yes. Can't spoil it.
Yeah, so it's it doesn't have to be strict. I mean, and on some cases, it starts off and it'll end after about like maybe 8 bars or something. And as long as it maybe wavers a bit, you know, that doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
it's that thing, the drummer going crazy. You know.
Yeah. As long as you get off to the right start, you should be alright.
Yeah.
for the
That's
rest
it.
of the
Yeah,
song.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And in fact, your drummer at the moment, we were talking earlier, I've worked with before, which is great.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
Harry James.
I hope
Yeah,
he was
Harry
well
James.
mannered to you, was he?
He was lovely.
Oh,
A
good.
true gentleman.
He is an absolute gentleman.
That
that's
can't be the right
surprising.
person. It's not the person that plays with us.
It's the same guy. Hello, Harry.
Yeah, sorry, Harry. No, he's a good guy. Very popular with audiences as
Yes,
well.
he is.
Yes.
He's a great drummer.
Yeah.
Real good drummer. Real good.
And he plays a bit of guitar as well.
Yeah, doesn't he? He sings as well. Quite
Does he?
too
I
sure
didn't know
about the
that.
singing, but yeah.
And how about yourself with guitars then? How do you choose? Because you've got a lovely array around you of different guitars, and that's just a couple.
Have we?
Just by chance. How do you choose what guitar you're going to play? And do you use one guitar on stage or several guitars for different songs?
At the moment I use 2. I use a guitar I had made for me by John Diggins, JD Guitar, which is the sort of the most prominent guitar I use. I also use a PRS, and I'm going to use that as well because I'm in love with this guitar.
Can we see that on the camera? Do we need to move
can I pick
knees?
it up?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. That's beautiful, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Gibson is brilliant.
It's just so easy to play. I mean, just anybody could play this guitar. I'm actually repeating myself at the risk of driving people crazy, but it's just the easiest guitar I've ever played in my life.
It's something I think is a pity actually, because people who learn to play guitar, and I've tried to learn to play guitar myself, you always buy a cheaper guitar, and then it's always much harder to play. You're almost giving yourself a disadvantage right from the off.
Yeah.
If only everyone could start with this.
Yeah, well, I got this about a month ago.
Oh right.
Bought this about a month ago. It's arrived with the strings were on top of the pickups. Didn't play at all.
Oh, my word.
And
Where did you find it then?
on eBay, believe it or not.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just-
But it was on there last. Sorry, I said to Mike, buy that, quick, buy it. And he went, okay, buy it.
Yeah.
So he didn't go to bids or anything.
Birthday, yeah.
And,
Just for our listeners, can you tell everybody what this guitar is?
yeah, it's
Because a lot of people don't know what they're looking at. But
okay. It's a Les Paul standard.
Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah, Gibson Les Paul,
Absolutely.
1970, 72.
Yeah.
Because they never could work out the dates, 70s, when they were, they've all got like serial numbers on the back.
Yeah.
Apparently from the 70s to 72, they marked them up wrong or something.
Oh, right.
So they really didn't, well, they didn't mark them up wrong. They weren't as caring of whatever it is, I don't know.
Yes,
But he's going to sleep over there because we're talking about guitar. They weren't, you can't really date them precisely.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's 70 to 72.
It's absolutely beautiful guitar.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
And,
love it.
And hiding around the corner there, you've got one of my all-time favourite guitars.
Black Beauty.
Oh, yes. Please.
Yeah.
Please have a look
Da,
at
da,
this.
da, 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 da.
I mean, that,
Oh, look at this.
that's
Just look at
1969.
that.
69.
That is beautiful. I used to own one of these.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean used to?
Well, I traded it in on a Fender Strat.
Oh, really?
Because the neck went a bit wonky doodle when I went to play in Johannesburg, but and they couldn't fix it. So
Was that a climate or something?
yeah,
Oh.
it was from the coast up to the.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, but like a silly fool, I left it in the back of a van or truck, pickup truck, driving from a very moist area up to a very dry area, through the Orange Free State, which is really high, and then when I was using it at the place I was working in, it snowed, so it was freezing cold weather,
Oh, okay.
and the guitar just went belly up. And in those days, they didn't have expertise like they have today to be able to repair these things.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy said, "Sorry, mate, I can't do anything for you. I'm sorry, but I can't fix your guitar." So I said, "Well, can I trade it in on one of those new Fenders, please?" And he said, "Yeah," and that was it. I think I paid.
Did he go?
Yes, and it was a 58.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
So today I'm crying. Because I could never replace it, But it's just so nice to hold one again.
58, my God, that would be worth so much dosh.
It would, no, yeah. And he's probably smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you probably got it
Yeah.
repaired as soon as you walked out.
Yes. Well, I mean, I've been happy with my Strat for many years. Lovely tone and all the rest of it. But it doesn't compare to a Fender or to a Gibson Les Paul. And this is for me, it's the ultimate Les Paul, the Black Beauty.
I mean, I don't actually play that at all. But,
No.
Why?
well, it's I don't want to mark it up or anything, really. It's in really good
It
condition.
is, absolutely. Look, it's not,
And how long have you had
not a
this one?
scratch.
Not long. I've got to tell you, I just,
Oh, sorry.
about, 6 weeks ago, I just went, buy that. I want that. I'll have that. I mean, that's 1957.
Oh, my word.
I mean, I mean, that you can tell this one. But I used to have
Oh yeah.
the, I mean, look at the neck's all screwed up there.
Yeah.
But this sounds great.
Yeah.
And do you play this one?
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes I tune it up as well. Lovely guitar. The very first real guitar that I ever had was the double cutaway of this, the Junior,
Yeah.
Les Paul Junior, and it cost me £24.
£24.
Yeah, but that was in probably 1960 something, 1960, I don't know, 3, something like that. And that got stolen, and I bought another one, exactly the same, for 45 quid.
Yeah, mate.
So, but now, I mean, these have cost a few grand. You know?
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
much loved guitar.
Yeah, they really rock, those guitars.
So back to Magnum.
Who? Go on in.
The band split up for a while, didn't they? And then came
Yeah.
back together in
Yeah.
2001 or something.
Oh, no good asking me. Yeah, it did. I got to the point of like, we were finding it real tough. It was when thrash and all that sort of stuff came in. Grunge, sorry, I mean.
Oh,
that's what I
grunge,
mean,
yeah.
So we were finding it pretty tough, and I sort of, I wanted some time away from it, and decided to, I said, I'm leaving the band, and like they need to start split, and I wanted to do some work in the studio. This studio was then in a place called Warsaw, and I sort of concentrated on trying to just write something else rather than Magnum stuff, really. But it always pretty much sounded like Magnum stuff. I mean, I'd got Bob in there as well, because Bob said, "Do you want me to sing you?" I said, "Yeah, great." So he'd come in, and so it started to sound like
Still
Magnum
sounded
again.
like Magnum.
And we did a couple of albums, called it Hard Rain, and it wasn't very successful. And but sort of, I'm like just sitting around, you know, messing about with the guitar, and our agent called up and said, "Why don't you put Magnum back together? Come on, there's a market for Magnum." I go, "Hey, well, nobody wants to do Magnum. What are you talking about?" He said, "Check it out." And I called Bob up and said, "Look, this Derek Kemp, our agent, wants to know if we want to put Magnum back together." Bob went, "Yeah. Oh, right, okay." And I phoned around everyone that that was in the band before. Wally, the bass player, had left and gone to live in Spain, so he was out of the picture. Mickey, the drummer, was playing with someone else, and he wasn't really up for it. Mark Stamay was up for it, and it just went on from there. And we had Jimmy Copley play drums for us for a bit, but then Harry sort of became the permanent fixture, as it were.
Mm-hmm. And you have a new album coming out in November? Is that right? Evolution?
Yeah, it's what it is. When we were on tour in Germany, the record company said, as a stopgap, we have an idea for you. Either do an acoustic album or this album or that album. Or I go, what's all this about, sort of thing. And but they said, you've been with SPV 10 years. Do an album of all the stuff you've done in the 10 years. Albums. Pick from the albums you've done. And I went, yeah, okay. Not very enthusiastic about it. Then I thought, well, if we could revisit this, and I could redo the guitars, how things are now, and actually speed tracks up, or whatever it was we needed to do to zoom it back up to how I would be doing it now. And so I said to the record company this idea, and they said, yeah, go ahead, do it. And so that's the album that's out now. But there was also two brand new tracks as well that I wrote for it. So I'll give you a copy.
Oh, yes,
when you
please.
go.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, lovely.
But you can't put it on eBay.
No, I wasn't going to put it on eBay.
Anywhere near you, that's for
Joking.
sure.
No, so yeah, that comes out in November something or other, 14th, I think.
So, as well as the album coming out, do you have any dates that you're playing around the launch of the album?
Yeah.
I hear you're at Robin 2, which I've played before.
Yeah.
In fact, you'll see, I think the Robin 2 is hilarious because you walk in and there's pictures of Roy Wood, isn't there?
That's right,
all over the place.
Yeah, that's right. Roy Wood and Noddy, I think.
Yeah.
Noddy Holder.
Do they
He used to live quite
run
close
it?
to me.
No,
I mean,
they
why?
don't. No, they don't run
I
it.
presumed he must have had some kind of involvement in it because of all the pictures,
I
but
think they're just famous people from...
the area.
Yeah,
Black country.
that's right. Yeah.
So other than the Robin, are you doing any other dates?
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Where in
And,
Cambridge?
Corn Exchange, I think.
Oh, yes. I think I've played
That's
there.
how I look across to Alan. Yeah, okay, yeah, the Corn Exchange. And...
I read somewhere Hard Rock, something like that.
yeah, there's
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Hell
Hard Rock.
in Prestatyn.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is
Amazing.
that, can you make a sense of all that?
I think we could get something out of that.
I mean, you did very well then to knock me off guard then. That sort of stopped me
I thought it might
laughing.
help.
Yeah, it did, yeah. At least we've said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
So, in terms of Magnum, what would you say Magnum's finest moment was? Because we've talked about, you know, how Magnum started, and we've talked about reforming and the new album, but we haven't said much about, you know, what Magnum achieved in all the years it's been going.
Well, I sort of... It's very difficult to say, considering we've been going about... I never really know how long it is. Somebody's saying 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's
If
quite-
it, well,
that's
it's,
quite an
it's
achievement,
since
isn't
the
it?
70s,
Yeah, it is.
then, yeah?
Yeah.
Gosh, 40 years.
40 years.
Do you have quite a loyal
fan base?
fan base? You know, is it the same
No,
people that you
not
see,
at all.
or has it
Yeah, yeah.
changed over time?
No, that fantastic. You just couldn't get better. People that come to see us every year, and it's not just maybe like one gig. I mean, we see people like 10 gigs, you know, same faces, which is absolutely amazing. And it's also very similar to that in Germany as well. That's probably our biggest market, really, I suppose, Germany.
They do
always
really
look
love
forward-
rock music
Yeah.
in Germany, don't they? It's great.
I always look forward to going to Germany, and we have some great shows in Germany. Great audiences, you know, really good.
One thing I've always loved about your albums are the covers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the artwork and the photography, and of course you're very lucky to have Mr. Burroughs
Yeah.
as your bass player in the band, and
Yeah.
he's had a magnificent gift of being able to do these creative things for you. So it kind
Yes,
of,
that's right, yeah.
it matches the music, doesn't it? Very
Yes.
much so.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Magnum so special.
I think people expect that as well, you know. I mean, if you go right back to like the first album, I was going to the record company, oh, this is what I want, and it ended up being hopeless. But with Al now, like doing the photography
Yes.
for all the albums, which is as you say, it's really great because I can just call him up and go, you know, this is an idea. Blah, blah, what do you think? No, it's crap or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So we can liaise on that.
Okay.
And still, we have Rodney Matthews
Yes.
doing the painted
Okay.
artwork as well. So
Yeah.
it's two different forms of I liked what we did last time. Alan did the front cover, which was like a sort of a brooch thing. It was a brooch that I bought in 1980 something or other, and Alan was around my house and we were trying to think of ideas for this for the new album, and I said, "Oh look, I've got this brooch thing. It used to be a watch set in a brooch and all that sort of
Those
thing."
gears and things.
Yeah,
like that.
that's it. Yeah. And I said, "There you go. See what you can do with that." And he went, "Oh yeah, I think I can do something with that." And he made it. He added a lot to it and that. But
That looks phenomenal.
yeah, the real thing doesn't look that good, believe me.
But what he's done is
Yeah,
he's made
that's right. It
absolutely
looked
amazing.
brilliant,
Yeah.
and it was instantly. It instantly hit me as yeah, great front cover that is. Then I spoke to Rodney Matthews. Rodney Matthews comes down here, and I run through what I'm looking for, for a cover, and Rodney just sits there sketching it and then puts like another 10,000 ideas into it after he leaves. And that's, so we've got Alan had got the outside cover, and you open it up and there's Rodney's artwork. So I was going, "Oh, that's brilliant! It's a really good idea. I want to do that the next time."
That brings up a point. With all these digital downloads and stuff, you download an MP3 or a WAV file or whatever it is, and that's it. It's on your iPhone and away you go. You're missing out on all the photography and this magnificent artwork that for years has been on all the albums.
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of people forget is the people that actually created those pictures are proper artists.
Yeah.
And it
That's
comes
right.
from a piece of canvas.
Yeah.
And there's
onto
a
the
lot.
album.
There's a lot of pleasure being the person who buys the CD and having the
Yeah.
hard copy in your hand and opening it out and seeing what's inside.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Which was the whole thing about vinyl as well. You open up a gatefold sleeve, it's a huge, great piece of artwork.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It was an exciting thing to get the album that was that big. And
I still think we're going to become a full circle. I really believe in my heart that we're going from digital back to some form of hard copy where people go and buy something from the shop.
I think you're mad.
I probably am. But I mean, I'm sure there's, just thinking about the value
Well, on all our albums,
the artwork is outstanding.
yeah, but they're all on vinyl as well.
Ah.
So, every... In fact, I could show you one, but nobody's there to show you. Al. Alan's going to go and get one.
Oh,
But
good man.
it shows you the whole vibe of it, And SPV are really good at doing that, They put the record out, which was, I can't remember what it was, like just a digipack thing.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Then maybe, of course they're making money out of it, obviously,
course,
but then they put out like this box set of the, I can't even remember, there was a book in it, or this, or that, and
Oh, what, like as a
vinyl
special kind of
records.
collector's item?
Yeah, but
type thing?
they've done it on all our albums.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So
Well, there's
it's-
obviously the market there for people
Yeah.
who want that still.
That's right, yeah. There is. I don't say it's a huge market,
No.
but it's certainly...
There are people that treasure those kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, they're the only way I can read the lyrics. I mean, these little... I've stopped
On stage, you've got one of your all your vinyl albums laid out.
I'd stopped. I said to Bob, "Don't put lyrics on the albums because you can't read them. It's ludicrous."
Yeah.
So what we do is, I get them to put them. No, they're on. When we always do like a little bit of a film thing, a DVD
Yes.
with a bit of extra music on, and then I put the lyrics on that so that
Ah,
you
yeah.
can read it on your computer, So I guess that's it's the only way I can read them anyway. So.
It's a good idea.
Alan,
Where's he gone? He's shuffling around in there somewhere.
when he comes, go. Oh, we're finished now.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to ask a question actually about your influences, because again, I know we've spoken about your songwriting, But since you are the main songwriter, who influences you? Does anybody influence you?
I think everyone. Anything I hear, I don't have any preferences in music, to be quite truthful. It could be a pop song, it could be a heavy song, it could be a piece of classical music, it could be George Formby, it could be anything. So, oh, right, that's great. Maybe just a little bit, you know, or maybe a lyric in a song. I said, how did anybody think of that, you know? That influences me. And I think it makes you try harder. Sort of, if you're listening to the radio or something and a record comes on, you don't know who it is, and that's always the best. You don't know who it is, and you go, oh, that's stunning, and then suddenly you realise it's Take That, you know, who have made some fantastic records.
Yeah.
But so anyone,
Is there
anyone
anything
and
you
everyone.
don't like?
No, again, there's. I mean, yeah, there's millions of things I don't like, but I couldn't tell
Not
you.
a genre.
Yeah, not a genre, no.
And what about in the early days? Because you know, you said you started off doing the covers at the nightclub,
Yeah.
and then you decided. Did you think at that point were you thinking, well, let's try and be a bit like this?
Yeah. Yes, probably.
Oh.
I would sit in my living room playing a Yes album, really, really quiet, so I didn't wake anyone up. Getting drunk again. Bands of that sort of progressive sort of approach. And again, it was one of those. I'd be listening to it thinking, how did they come up with this? You know, this is. Why does it sound so fantastic? And it really was really a big eye opener. That music didn't have to be the mundane thing that we were doing to earn a living at a nightclub, you know. And that's when I became sort of a lot of sort of what's the word? Impatient.
Yes.
Impatient. I'm there playing a Gilbert O'Sullivan thing, you know, and Bob's singing that, and like, you know, what's all this about? You know, this is rubbish. Excuse me, Gilbert.
No offence
But,
to Gilbert.
yeah.
No.
But I think it's
But it-
because
what I want to do.
you have a gift of writing great music, and that gift is just sitting there going, I need to get out there.
That's you know, I always thought to myself when we were on the road, back in Dalshannon and things, and there was a guy who was the bass player, a guy called Dave Morgan. He would never remember this, but I can remember saying to him, I know I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something really special. And I'm saying, like a little kid, you know, like stamping my feet almost.
Yeah.
What was he saying to you? Oh, yeah.
I think he was just ignoring me. But I was going, I said, there's something inside me. I've got, like you were just saying,
Yes,
that's what,
yes.
that just reminded me.
Yeah.
I was going, I know I'm going to do something. I know there's something in there. I've got to get it out, And he probably forgot all about it, but
Well, here you
that
are,
always
you know,
stayed with me.
so many years later, and you've been doing it your whole life.
Yeah,
You know, so good for you, mate.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, living the dream.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. That's an amazing story. I think. And anyway, Alan's got something for us to see.
Oh, fab.
Oh, the whole bag.
Oh
I
my
haven't
word!
milking.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
Oh, wow.
So
Look at
yeah,
that.
that's the
This.
thing.
Ah, now I see the
God,
brooch.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Show
the
it.
brooch. Yeah. And these are the.
You'd
other
never
things.
think that was a brooch.
Well, I looked pretty stupid when I wore it, so.
That's beautiful.
That is
isn't it?
really spectacular. Yeah.
What is this? Oh, yeah, you can hold those then.
Thank you. We'll show each one, shall we?
Oh, go on then.
Princess Alice and the Broken Arrow.
Oh, let me show you this as well.
The Brand New Morning.
Ooh, probably. There is one in there, isn't there? Oh, yeah. So that's,
Oh, wow.
that's the artwork that goes with it. Rodney's.
Look at that. Sure.
God, it's
Show
beautiful.
them. That is amazing.
That is really lovely.
That's stunning.
Mm. I'd put something like that on my wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
not even as an album cover.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's great. Well, Rodney did all these. Al did the front. And,
Oh yeah, and show an inside picture too.
yeah, Al did that as well. So Albion.
Jeez.
Don't you want to look pretty? Cool. Very cool. I haven't even held a vinyl album for a very long time.
Really?
No. Other than to, look at my dad's collection every now and then.
Well, yes.
So for every album that comes out, you make something like this, like an album or a box set or something.
Yeah,
Something
that's
special.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't anything to do with us in the sense that it's the record company's idea,
Yes, of
SPV,
Yeah.
and they know that they've got to be the foremost rock record company in the world, I would think.
Well, hats off to SPV
Yeah.
because they're absolutely amazing. Because this is superb.
Yeah, I agree.
This is collector's material.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, Tony, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on
Yes,
the
it has.
show.
Cheers.
And it's been an eye-opener for me, actually. And an honour to meet you, of course, and hold your guitar.
Yes,
to you
don't
right
break it.
Sure.
As the neck comes off. Well, it's been a pleasure anyway.
Yeah.
Well, pleasure
Thank you
to
very much.
meet you both.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes, lovely to meet you. Good luck with the new album, The
Yes.
Greatest Hits.
Yeah, where are we
Album.
playing it?
Pardon?
I said, where are we playing now? I'm joking.
Robin 2.
Yeah,
Corn Exchange, Cambridge.
super. Prestatin.
Prestatin. Hard
Rock.
Hell.
That's it. I didn't know whether you'd get through without laughing that as well.
Well, to all our viewers on Guitarist TV, thank you so much for spending this time with us. And from Tony Clarkin and Nina Clark, from us all, cheers. See you next time.
See
Ta-ra.
you. Bye.
Thank you.